never a problem. I thought I was speaking. There's never a problem. There's never a problem. And I'm going to tell you for the third time, I don't know that answer. I don't know. I don't calculate. No, sir, you're not allowed to do that. Of course, you know that. You're going to get all of that. You're going to get all of that. We've got 5 cases.
Yes, sir. He pled to 8 years, 5 years, and the law, which is number 2252. And 18 months state jail on others, all running through.
Hold on. We disposed of some of these already. We didn't. No. Okay. All 5.
Part of the city, but we dropped from 10 to 8 years, so we took 18 months.
Okay. So 2. He's going to be pleading to, or which one?
He's pleading to all 4.
There's 5 of them.
And we're pleading to all 5. They plead jail. And then the robbery was 2250. So all 5.
Okay.
I'm running for
Sam Hodges show. Look at that. All right.
Oh, that's another. What do you want to do first? You can show that, right?
First one. We're going to do it. No, we're going to do it in the sequence that is set, which is a numerical sequence based upon the year it was filed. So you're going to start off with engaging organized criminal activity, then robbery, burglary.
Okay. Being linked to.
What? You are Sam Hodges, present with your attorneys and the state's attorneys. Does the defendant waive formal readings of the indictments and the arraignments here? Can we proceed?
He does, sure.
Beginning with 22-40933. In summary, Mr. Hodges, this indictment alleges that on or about June 24th, some priors.
Yes, sure.
On or about June 24th, 2022 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of what is called engaging in organized criminal activity involving the commission of burglaries of motor vehicles. Do you understand what you're charged with here? So, is that all we're going on this one, this first program? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Did you find on something?
Yes.
That's correct, Judge.
There are several, Judge. I'm sorry.
I understand. You understand, sir, this is a state jail felony, which means if convicted, you face confinement in a state jail for any term of not less than 180 days or more than 2 years. Additionally, you may be assessed a fine not to exceed $9,000. Do you understand?
Sure.
An agreement's been reached in your case
Yes, sir.
where you would be sentenced to 18 months in the state jail. Is that your understanding of the agreement to rent concurrently? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 other cases. If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Sure.
Have you pleaded this, sir? Guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is, on your own free will. And because you are guilty. Show your what's marked. States Exhibit 1 on this. Did you sign that? Understand it? Discuss it with your attorney. Are the contents true and correct? You States Exhibit 1 tender.
No,
among other things, it states you were mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily. Now, you know what you've been charged with. It's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of this crime and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the right to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. Totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is clear. State so happy that States Exhibit 1 was made a part of the record for all purposes. Please be mindful and remember what we just did, because what we're going to do is the next 4, we're going to go kind of put them together. But the same stipulations, waivers, judicial mission, States Exhibit 1 will apply in each case. Do you understand? I'm going to just do this one, and then you'll do the other four as together so we can leave here before the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And State Exhibit 1 is admitted. The sentence report is waived on this.
Yes, Your Honor.
If nothing further, I'm going to find you have pleaded guilty in this cause number 2240933, state jail felony, engaging in organized criminal activity, voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. There is sufficient evidence supporting your plea of State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this state jail felon, which alleges that you were a member of a criminal street gang and committed the offensive burglary of a motor vehicle as part of the agreement and the acting together of the gang. That is a mistake. One, find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty at the reasonable doubt of this state jail felony. I'm following this agreement. You were by sentence to confinement in state jail for 18 months, and this goes to run concurrently with the other four cases. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
And the other ones. 23, and again, on all of the remainder can proceed in this.
Yes, sir.
No, yes, the makeup changes. In summary, on 23, CR 2252, this alleges that on or about October 18th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed a second-degree felony of robbery. Do you want to be charged with in this case, sir?
Yes, sir.
Second-degree felony means you face a term of not more than 20 years, less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be imposed, not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The agreement's going to be for your case. You will be pleading guilty, sentenced to 8 years in prison. Do I concur with the other cases? The other cases today, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal to your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead in this case? Guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty, as if this is alleged? That's a yes, no. So, now again, here as before. Yes. Here, let's mark the State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that? Understand it? Discuss it with your attorney. Everything you should correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered.
No,
Without objection, ignored. We can waive, this is the same,
Yes, sir.
findings and stipulations as before. State Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report waived on this.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find as follows, if nothing further, you are mentally competent in your plea of guilty or freely and voluntarily made sufficient evidence supporting the guilty plea. States Exhibit 1 is admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this second-degree felony of robbery. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice term of 8 years. So one concurrently with other cases. You understand what is happening.
Yes, sir.
State jail felony and 1022. State jail felony and 1023. Burglary of a vehicle, state jail felony. All of these are burglaries of vehicles. We're going to take these together in 25 CR 1022, 1023, 0026 CO 0016. Is that all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
In summary, each of these similarly, as indictments similarly allege, in 1022, on or about the 10th, 2025, 25 CO 1023, also on or about the 10th, 2025, and CR 16, on or about March 25th, 2025. all in Jefferson County, Texas. You committed to state jail felonies in each of these cases, burglaries of a vehicle, and you have to go on paragraph 2 as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Just one is good? These are state jail felonies with carried with it no less than 180 days in the state jail up to 2 years. And in the state jail, and a fine of $10,000 can be assessed. You understand the punishment range in each of these things. Agreements have been reached where you will be one.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah. You'll be pleading guilty, sentenced to 18 months in the state jail on each of these cases to run concurrently. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
If I follow these agreements in these 3 cases, and 1022, 1023, 1626 CR15, each burglaries of a vehicle, state jail felonies. If I follow these agreements, which I intend to do, you have no right of appeal of your cases. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Have you pleaded in each of these, guilty or not guilty? Or are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty? Each of these cases, you have signed State's Exhibit 1. You sign those voluntarily, understand them, discuss them with your attorney, and the contents are correct in each
Yes,
case.
sir.
State's Exhibit 1 in each of these 3 cases is tendered without objection. It is admitted in each case. Again, similar before the state, you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea freely and voluntarily made in each case. Evidence supporting the guilty plea, the state should have been admitted here. Find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in each of these cases, and State Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes in each of these cases without objection. I'm finding you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I am following these agreements in each of these state jail felonies. You hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail, time of 18 months in each case. All these cases shall run concurrently. You understand what has happened in each of these 5
Yes,
cases.
sir.
All right. What's your master plan now? When you get this behind you,
First,
you know that, don't you? Give me your best shot.
try no harm was been so loud.
No, sir, you're not allowed to do that. Of course, you know. You're going to get all of it. You're going to get all of that. Every time, for every day, no, for every day that you have served, you're going to get that. Well, didn't know what you're wanting to know about it.
You're thinking of how much?
I don't.
Find that out in the jail.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, sir. But
The jail.
what they're going to do is the jail compiles it, she compiles it. If there's a problem, if you say, hey, that's not right, you tell the jail, then it comes to us. And I'm going to tell you for the 3rd time, I don't know that answer. I don't know. I don't calculate. She will calculate it in the jail. But I will order that. I will order all that to be done. And if you feel like it's not done correctly, you let your attorney know. We fix it. There's never a problem. I thought I was speaking. There's never a problem. There's never a problem. Yeah, I know. Here's the problem. You got 5 felony cases once a year. That's the problem. You need to fix that. We can take care of our business. You need to take care of yours. You follow the law. Anything else?
No, you're
No, that is all.
Well,
Thanks, Steve.